Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to Ajayastromoneyguru, your go-to source for the latest updates and advanced analysis on agro commodities. I am Tushar Jain, and today on 4th September 2023, we have some news for you in the world of agro commodities. So let's dive right into it. Last week, the sugar market remained in the sweet spot thanks to weather-related issues in key growing regions, particularly India and Thailand. The spotlight has been on these regions as concerns over supply tightness continue to grow. Adding pressure to these fundamental factors, the ICE raw sugar prices ended on a firm note. The ICE sugar futures for October delivery settled up at by 0.75 cents, marking a 3% increase, closing at 25.80 cents per pound. And for the week, the contract recorded an impressive nearly around 4% increase. October London white sugar didn't want to be left behind, adding $12.80 or around 1.8% at $728 a ton. It's been edging up towards a 12-year high of $740.20 set earlier this week, recording a 2.6% increase for the week. The sugar complex remains underpinned by concerns over crop conditions in India and Thailand, primarily due to dry weathers that's threatening to reduce output. India, a significant player in the sugar market, is facing its own set of challenges. The country is forecasted to receive its lowest monsoon rains in 8 years. However, there is a glimmer of hope as the latest updates suggest a late pickup in monsoon, especially in crucial growing regions like Maharashtra, Karnataka, and others. But the situation in India remains concerning. From June to August, monsoon rains were 10% below normal, and in August, India received only 162.7 mm of rain, the lowest since 1901. This rains concerns about weaker crop output and the potential for sugar export restrictions. Speaking of export restrictions, India is contemplating imposing a ban on sugar exports in the 2023-24 season beginning in October. This decision comes as a result of the lack of monsoon rain, which has significantly reduced the country's sugar crop. For context, Maharashtra, which accounts for whopping 37% of India's sugar output, has received 20% less rain than normal since the season's start. India's food ministry is expected to make a final decision about sugar exports for the upcoming season when actual production estimates are available. Switching gears globally, the USDA in its biannual report projected a 6% increase in global sugar production for 2023-24, reaching a record 187.8 million metric ton. Human sugar consumption is also expected to rise by 2.3% to a record 180.04 million metric ton. However, there is a twist. The USDA forecasts a 15.2% decline in global sugar ending stocks, hitting a 13-year low of 33.45 million metric ton. This sharp contrast is in contrast to the International Sugar Organization's projection made in August, where they expected global sugar production to fall by 1.2% to 174.8 million metric ton. The global sugar market for 2023-24 is now poised to fall into a deficit of 2.12 million metric ton after experiencing a surplus of 852,000 metric tons in 2022-23. While India's sugar export ban talks grab headlines, there are also concerns about production in Thailand. The nation faced a below average rains, which resulted in reduced sugarcane development. On a more positive note, the key center-south region for Brazil is experiencing excellent production, with agriculture yields up by a remarkable 24% in July. However, we can't ignore the unpredictable factor in the question, the El Nino climate pattern. It could potentially disrupt production in Asia or impact the harvest progress in Brazil. The survey by S&P Global Commodity Insights shows sugar production in the key center-south region of Brazil during the first half of August at 3.54 million metric tons, a substantial increase of 34.4% compared to the same period last year. Now let's talk about China. The lack of demand from China is putting bearish influence on the market. In July, China imported 110,000 metric tons of sugar, a staggering 60.5% decline from the same month last year. And in a recent update, a private research firm, CONAB, raised its Brazil 2023-24 sugar production estimate to 40.9 million metric ton from an earlier April forecast of 38.8 million metric ton. Favorable weather conditions have boosted sugarcane yields in Brazil. However, the overall production prospects globally are not as rosy, and analysts are anticipating a global deficit. Despite near record output from top producer Brazil, it may not be enough to offset falling production elsewhere. Finally, speculators are showing confidence in the raw sugar market as data from the Commodities Futures Trading Commission reveals an increase in bullish bets in futures of raw sugar on ICE US. They added 31,000 contracts to their net long position, taking it to 216,500 lots. That's all for today's update on the agro commodities market, especially sugar. As always, make sure to stay tuned for more in-depth analysis and latest news right here on Ajayastromoneyguru. For advanced analysis, you can contact us for our paid services also. Our contact details are given in the description as well as on the screen. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more insightful content. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Until next time, happy trading.